One of the best things about fishing that keep you wanting to come back and just do more and more is there's non-stop learning and trying and using different things. And today is all about that. I'm hitting a creek. Now this is a creek that actually is one of the closest creeks to me, and I hardly ever fish it. If this creek was more than an hour away, I would never spend the time to go to it. It's so weird. It's hard to tell where the deep holes are. It's always murky, but it really does have some good fish in it, but it's always been weird. So the best thing I've ever found is in the summer and towards the fall, but especially in the summertime, throwing a spinnerbait. So I got a half-ounce Booyah spinnerbait. I just put some 14-pound mono on this Lew's casting rod, and this is the first casting rod that I ever caught a fish on as far as casting rods. So I threw some 14-pound mono on it because I also want to maybe use this as a topwater rod. I'm trying to learn how to use this better. It's a 610 medium heavy, so it's not too long. I think it's going to work in the creek. I'm gonna get in here and wade and hopefully find some fish. It's always been weird. It could be really awesome or it could be really bad. Here we go, on the side of the road, starting out on another fishing trip, like a lot of them do. Gotta start here to get into the creek. Let's go. I'm glad I'm wearing pants today. Got some pants that are kind of some kind of water resistant type thing. They drain pretty easy, but anyways, it's a lot easier walking through this kind of stuff with pants on. Oh, there's a fish. There's one. Okay. Wow, that's not a bad one too. He was right, unless he followed that lure in. Okay, I was getting a little frustrated. I always get frustrated fishing this creek, but then when I catch something, I'm like, that's a good fish. And here we go. We have 11, 12 inch, good quality spotted bass. But it's the murkiness and I don't know where to cast drives me crazy. I don't know why I don't fish it just with more confidence. That's a good start. Spotted bass. There's spots in largemouth. It's not a smallmouth creek. So I think that's also a little bit different. The way they kind of fish are different. If I go to a creek that's a smallmouth creek, they kind of fish differently. There's usually gonna be a bunch of smallmouth in the same hole. Where these fish, I feel like they're spread out. Maybe a couple in the same hole. Most times they're gonna be all spread out. So, all right, well, one fish. Let's see how far we're in. Goodness, we're only like 15 minutes of fishing in, so I should have more confidence in this place. But also part of it's getting around. This area here is a little bit easy, but then there's some areas where it's kind of hard to get around. But all right, just keep on fishing and just act like I'm gonna catch more fish. Oh, right in the tree and a bird nested. This is why I don't want to do this, but I'm getting better at my bait casting. Yeah, that's good. Oh, nice. Nice spotted bass. Dude, they hammer it. They absolutely hammer it. Dude, that's less than 5 minutes later. It's the second one. Oh, yeah. He's a good old creek bass right there. They're so strong. Look how fat these things are. Hey, I don't know if he's much bigger than the other one, but I feel like he's thicker, heavier. Well, that was about 7 minutes after that last one, so 2 fish within 7 minutes. Not bad. Working this hole, like these holes right here. What's crazy, I just don't know, like I just don't have any confidence in knowing exactly where to cast. Other than I know that the fish are in here. It's more like when I'm fishing a lake where I'm like, if I know it's a good lake, but I just don't know where exactly. They could be anywhere. And I can't see the traditional deep spots, and I can't see like the change in water on a deep hole when you fish in a clear stream or a rocky stream where you see the rocks. This one, my biggest thing is logs. These fish normally are sitting around a log, and it doesn't have to be very deep. Like that one was right off that log right there. I've used the Chapo 90 several times, but I've had this black one for probably a couple years, and I've always thought about using it in here, and I never have, because I'm like, the water's always murky. It doesn't get, you know, really, really clear. Also, well, it was cloudy. It's kind of getting clear up, but a lot of this creek's in shade. There's a lot of cover around it. I'm like, I wonder if this black one would make them come out and hit it, where those fish that are in there that are just not gonna hit anything else. Tree, first cast. Wow. That's amazing. Now I gotta, oh, good. Let's say, I gotta go get that. Dude, I keep throwing at trees. Oh my goodness. Through here, this clear water got hit right away. There's a little creek. I fished this little creek that comes in, and it's actually maybe worth going up here and casting a few times. This big creek has so many good spots. Like, how is there not? Like, this right here is a big old deep area. I like fishing this style a lot for lakes. I don't know if you call this a shaky head or Ned rig paddle tail. I don't know what technically you'd call this, but it's just a worm with a little paddle tail. It's black, 1/8 ounce jig head, not real heavy, so hopefully I can cast it without tangling up too much, and sink it down in these deep holes and kind of let it do a little more work. That's the way I would fish it if it was clear water and I knew it was deep, and I will sink it in those deep holes, knowing there's fish in there, just being confident. And I'm not confident today, but I know that there's gotta be more fish in there, so we're gonna try that. Oh, holy cow. How did I hit that? Oh, there's fish biting at it. Holy cow. I caught one standing right here where it was stuck. I got it stuck right there. I just started dropping it in. Thought I had a bite, went back in there. He's a little one. Would he have hit that topwater? Maybe, maybe not. That's a little largemouth. I got one. Dude was taking off with it, and it's a good fish. I was trying to figure out my bird's nest, and I caught him. Wow, that's a solid largemouth. That must have been the one that hit that topwater. I don't know. Yeah, I remember one of them definitely hit one. It was a pretty good fish. Huh. If I just discovered something new, it's one of those things like you knew all along, but you don't know why you don't try it. Like, if it was clear water, or if I'm in the lake, I'll fish this lure. There's something about fishing through here. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Oh, oh. Got it. Oh. What is that? Little spot. Holy cow, how did that guy get it in its mouth? Little, what is that, spotted bass? Yeah, a little bitty spotted bass. He came over and thumped that thing. How do you know how he got hooked? I pulled it over a little log there and saw him come hit it. Oh, what? Is that a fish or no? There it is. Oh my goodness. I lost a fish. I think I lost it twice. I'm not using a trailer hook because I don't usually use one. If the fish are in here, they're big enough to hit the spinnerbait, they usually will have no trouble. Like those first two ones we caught, they just inhale it. The ones you miss are usually the smaller ones. Oh, I got it that time. I got it that time. Third time's the charm. Another spotted bass. I just slowed it down, kind of let him take it. Wow. Where are the largemouth at in this creek? Like, I don't know what's going on. Chunky spot. Man, these are for a creek bass. This is just an awesome little creek bass. 8 inches. I usually use braid on my rods that I'm throwing a spinnerbait, and that's why I'm trying this. I know the mono, a lot of people, I was watching a lot of videos, a lot of people gonna use like 17-pound fluorocarbon or something like that. So I got 14-pound mono, something a little bit lighter, still really strong. I feel like I can throw a few different lures with it. And I may have been setting the hook too early whenever I've been fishing a spinnerbait before. I'm trying to have a rod comfortable for a spinnerbait rod, like in my kayak, where like a spinnerbait's just definitely a confidence lure and a lure I like to use, especially when it's a slow day. If it's a slow day or it's cold or something, it's hard to get a bite, or a place like this where I have no idea where the fish is. Usually, when this thing comes across them, if they're either going to hit it really hard or that's it. Usually, they're just going to come at it. But with the fluorocarbon or mono with a little bit of stretch, supposedly it's a little easier to let them grab it. Ow, just hooked myself. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe just land more fish and hold on to them. I have no idea, but I'm learning. Oh, finally I can cross back over. This is one of the things that drive me crazy about this creek. There's like a little bit of openings, and then there's like ridiculous areas where you either swim from hole to hole and you have no idea if it's 3 foot deep, and then it could get 10 foot deep. I don't want to get all my stuff wet. Like that hole right down there, it was like 5 or 6 foot deep at least. And then I had to go way up on the bank to get around and go way back around. Then there's wide open areas. So I think that's another reason that this creek drives me crazy. I love it and I hate it. Well, I'm gonna recap the video real quick, but let me show you what's going on in my bedroom. So this was like the master bedroom of my house. I got a tiny house. It's like 700, 800 square feet. It's tiny, but it's just me now. So my cousin did live with me, and my brother lived with me, and now everybody's moved out. So I took all the stuff that was in this room, moved it into the spare room, turned this main, like the bigger bedroom, into hopefully an office area where I can sit down and do some videos. And so that's why I got some wood. I found this wood. This is going to be the background wood, I think. I don't know if it's going to be long enough, but I want like maybe a shelf here where I can put like power stations. I want to be able to come in here, like take all my GoPros, have places for them, charging stations, you know, places to put everything away, sit down here, work on my videos, probably get maybe another computer, something like that, maybe some more screens. I want to get a TV over here mounted. That one, I bought that TV so long ago. I started using it. It's like lagging, and it's only 720. I gotta upgrade that. Just a nice, cool area setting where I can sit my camera down right here, sit at my desk, and do videos like we're about to do right now. So let's wrap up the video that I just did today. So far I'm liking it. I gotta work on some things. My goal is to get it as professional feeling as I can, but I'm never gonna be too professional. Like I said, I think I talked about this desk earlier. I went and bought this desk for like 60 bucks at like a Goodwill place. And I bought this wood's not too expensive. I was trying to find something to put in the background. Sometimes I just, well, whatever I come across, and a lot of things I'm trying to find a better deal in. Like I want to come with a better chair. But so today's video, I'm always trying something new. That's why I want to include this studio area, or like, I guess studio area, whatever you call it. But a nice area where I can actually work on videos. I can have a TV, I can watch stuff, I can record and do videos, and maybe on like lures, and I can sit down here. I'm gonna work on the audio. I don't want it echoey. It's a little echoey in here. I'm not sure, you know, maybe better mics, maybe some sound dampening. I want a nice background that just, you know, looks professional looking and just kind of looks cool. Looks like I'm in a fishing, you know, video. I just want to be able to sit here and be comfortable. And a lot of my goal this year is to really get better at this YouTube. Like, I've been doing it full time for almost 3 years. Like, as far as full time, that's all I've done. And I'm like, you know what, I need to really take this seriously as far as taking the next step to try to grow. I've been trying to put out better video quality stuff, like trying to make sure that, you know, the video quality is high, everything's coming through clear, got, you know, sometimes maybe B-roll or different things like that that looks nice. It's never gonna be like, I'm not trying to go professional looking. I just want it to be like really nice quality and very enjoyable. Good sound, good audio, or sound thing, same thing I guess. Good visual, good fishing, good stuff caught, good techniques, my talking, stuff like that. So today's video, 2 hours and 15 minutes on the creek, and that's the kind of stuff that anybody can do after work or on a weekend. What I used to do all the time when I worked heating and air. I'd get off, I'd hit a spot like that, I'd have a fishing pole with me, and I would just jump out, fish a couple hours. I caught, what was it, 6 fish, I think? 3 probably 12 inchers, and then 3 little ones. So I'm messing around with that casting rod, and I still wish I had a spinning rod, because I can be more versatile. There's people are gonna have, you're gonna have all kinds of things that fit certain situations, and I want to keep learning. As far as I've been trying a lot of ultralight stuff, I want to try casting stuff. I fished for striper the other day and caught like a 25-pound striper on a buddy setup. I've been buying some little bit bigger swim baits. I just want to learn a lot more about fishing and be good at fishing, mostly freshwater. I still want to do some saltwater stuff, maybe some fly fishing stuff. I got stuff for that. It just takes a little bit more effort, but at some point I am going to evolve and probably try all kinds of things, and hopefully that's something you enjoy, but also, you know, mainly focusing on small streams and creeks like I did today. Sometimes targeting bass, sometimes targeting panfish on them. But yeah, so that was a cool little setup. I love a spinnerbait. It's great for fishing that type of water, and great for lots of type of water. So hopefully this was an interesting video, and I'm, like I said, a lot of these videos I do for myself. Like, I'm going out there, I mean, whether the video works out or not, I'm going to go out there to try that out. Luckily, I caught enough fish where I felt like it was worthwhile showing. I'm trying to do things like this for me to learn myself. And then if it turns into a video, then hopefully people get to enjoy it. If you have any suggestions on things to help out my studio room, I'm gonna put up some shelves over here. You won't see those probably, but I want to try to organize my tackle, organize, like, you know, boxes for line, for different lures, different things. Get my rod and reels organized. Maybe get rid of some of the ones I'm not using. Maybe sell some stuff. I definitely want to try to do some bigger trips. I might end up selling some of these things somehow to try to pay for some more trips and more traveling. With, you can know how the gas pricing is. It's crazy. So it burns a lot of money out of my pocket going to these places and doing this kind of thing. So there we go. Anyways, that's what we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching.